Okay, so that seems to be working again. 1 second. Right, I'm live. Okay, not perfect, but better than it was on the other screen. Where was I? Yay, organised. Okay, we're back. As last week, we're going to be oh shoot, 1 moment. Ignore me. Okay, we're back. And there. So this week we're going to be doing Susan Richards, or Susan Storm. This one is going to be slightly more complicated. It was actually suggested to me as slightly more complicated. So let's see how it goes. So luckily the PDF version of the rulebook does have hyperlinks. So powers and qualities list. So background. So where are we? Not off Clash, not Blank Slate, it's not Struggling, not Adventurer. Well, she is an Adventurer, but maybe. Remarkable, no. Law Enforcement, no. Academic, yeah. Lean toward Academic. Maybe Interstellar? Or Otherworldly? Let's have a look at Interstellar. Going from beyond the start, nah. Let's go Academic. She was a scientist working alongside Reed. Oh, let's fill out details. Female. Adult. Height average. Eyes blue. Hair blonde. Skin fair. Build lithe. Questions and equipment. Uniform, fantastic for uniform. I shouldn't really care much beyond that. So background. Academic. So she gets leadership, self-discipline, or information qualities. It has been a while since I've actually looked at her. D10. So we'll give it a D10 in science. Nope, not D12, D10. Ah, it's the wrong way. This is equality. Yep, she is a scientist. She is not as good as Reed, though. If I was creating Reed, Reed would definitely get the D12 in science. Other one, I think self-discipline does fit for her. Yeah, I'll give her the self-discipline in 3d12. Of the Fantastic Four, she is probably the one with the most self-control. So what else do I get from this? Academic. I also get an expertise principle, and D10 and D8. Oh, no, not even a question. Principal stealth. Okay. Yeah. Obviously, you notice I'm actually using different roleplay qualities rather than just copying and pasting this time. Yeah, if I was making this as a series character, I'd probably do something a little more active there. But okay, back to backgrounds. I think I got D10 and D8, didn't I? Yep, D10 and D8 for power source selection. Radiation. Go back to something cosmic, because it was cosmic radiation that did it actually. Unknown high power multiverse action damage. Cosmos. Okay. I'm going to give a D10 intuition. And check self-control category. Yep. No, it's D10 invisibility. And D8 intuition. Obviously, there's several ways we could have done this. We could have used the signature vehicle to give her the Fantastic Four Veta. But anyway, I get 2 of these abilities using different power. So we're going to take Encourage. I'm going to use Intuition for this. And we're going to flavour this as Intuit Weakness. This is obviously an attack and a boost. And the second one, we're going to go with invisible manipulation. It's going to be a boost to hinder. And it's going to allow it to boost or hinder using invisibility. And then we have a problem, because we have to downgrade one of our power dice and upgrade another one. So we're going to downgrade intuition to a D6 and upgrade invisibility to a D12. Now we get 10, 8, and 8 for our archetype. And for this, I did cheat a little bit. We are going to have to cheat. We are going with modular. Now normally I wouldn't be able to pick modular because if I was doing random, because I need to combine a D10 and a D8 to get 20, which can't be done. But we're going to go with modular. So we get the following green ability switch. We're going to favour that as change visibility. Actually, we're just going to just a switch. But let's go. So we're going to use invisibility for this. We want to use invisibility as much as possible because that's her main thing, and also most powerful. She gains quick switch. Sorry about my chair as well. I can hear it myself. And then emergency switch, which is a reaction. So reactions can be done. Each character can do one reaction once per round. So we get 2 green modes included. We also need the auxiliary sheet. I'll be right back. No, right here somewhere. Nope. I'm gonna have to cheat on this. I don't want to cheat on this. Hero sheet blanco, character reference. Trouble sheet. I should probably have cheated this. Oh well. I can still cheat this. Oh, which character was it that used the auxiliary sheet? Ah, there we are. That's none of what I wanted. Okay. Okay. Open that up. Oh, it already did open up. Awesome. Delete everything. Okay, we're done. Back to OBS. Switch scenes back. And we're back. Completely ignore this. Here we are. So this is the auxiliary sheet. We'll be using that in a moment. So I don't have powerless mode. So choose one or more green mode. Debilitator, improvement, or scout. I don't have 4 powers. Oh right, choose another art type. So modular. Sorry, I hate the squeaking. Let's choose another art type. What about that bit? Let's go with not form changer. Wildcard, no. Minion maker, no. Transporter, no. Psychic, yes. Yes. Yes, because you can use telekinesis. Sorry, I'm screwing up again, I know. Oop. Hide that. Alright. Why is it full screen? Nope. Okay. Now when do I come back to modular. Assign powers and qualities to an R-type. Skip gaining any abilities on R-type instead come back to this entry to continue. Now I've got 10, 8 and 8. Okay. So, psychic powers category. I'm pretty sure psychic powers includes telekinesis. Yes. So she gets a D10 in telekinesis. Does psychic give me mobility powers? No. Intellectual though. If you already got intuition. Let's go for awareness. That D8. I think we can give her. Can we give her we can give her technology at D8 as well. Again, she works with Reed. And she's usually the voice of reason. Actually, let's give her acrobatics. A D8. Okay, so back to modular. Same powers and qualities. Got a few of them. 4, gain D6 until we have 4 powers. We've got 4 powers. So we have 2 beam modes, including 1 default mode. We also have a few pilot mode if we want. So this is default mode. Everything on this sheet is default mode. So we get to pick one of these 3 modes. So Dehabilitator, no. Improvement, no. So Scout. We're going to go with Scout mode. So we're going to keep invisibility at 12. We also get to increase 2 and decrease. We also get to decrease. Um, one and increase one. So keep her telekinesis. Actually, we'll decrease telekinesis to D8 and increase her intuition to a D8. I'll increase her awareness to a D10. Which gives intuition at D8. No, D6. Okay. He also gains some following power. Which is Scout. We are going to switch this one up, but she's going to overcome using awareness rather than invisibility. So I get two. But two yellow modes. Oh, why did I put that on that sheet? She doesn't have that power normally. This is normal form only. So yellow modes. Take Stalwart. So pick 4 powers for my default. So I'm going to decrease invisibility actually. I'll keep one at the same size. I'm going to decrease invisibility. Increase telekinesis. What's telekinesis at normally? Telekinesis at D10 normally, so that's now at D12. And the other 2 powers decrease. Oh yeah, that reminds me. invisible shield. Allows her to defend everyone nearby until her next turn. And this is pretty much the primary reason why we had to go with modular, because this is pretty much the only mass defense power in the game. So here it is. And her second one, I think bombardment actually. Yeah. You can only get 3 powers that modify. So you can only get 3 powers in this mode. So we'll go with invisibility at D10. Awareness at D6. And telekinesis at D12. And then power. So we're going with a very defensive heavy build here. And then we get 1 red mode. Yeah, let's go full defense here. We can give awareness D10 with D10. Telekinesis D12. Telekinesis stays the same size. Intuition stays the same. Really don't like intuition. I think I just took it because I had to take something. And invisibility stays at D12. So invisible bubble is her power. It's a reaction. So then we pick an archetype from our other. We pick it. Then we pick a principle. So esoteric principle, destiny, fauna, flora, future, magic, the space. I don't like any of these for her. Okay, we're gonna give a. I'm gonna actually give a clue. I'm spending my retcon on taking Principle of Compassion instead. Damn, I hate spending my retcon on taking a new principle. Okay. And there we go. So like I say, we're spending our retcon on that, so no special abilities from retcons. And then we get a personality. Yeah. Not even a question. Okay. Her out ability is to boost an ally by rolling a quality die. Admit that hits self-discipline. And then she gets 6, 6, 12. And she gets 2 red abilities. So let's have a look under self-control powers. So this is a defend boost. And for her other one, Let's try and encourage using one of her other powers, rather than just invisibility and telekinesis. Okay. We've done red abilities. Retcon we've already done. Yeah. No. So, health. We have 8. So plus 12 is 20. Is that a mental quality? Self-discipline a mental quality? Yes it is, okay. So 32 we're on at the moment. So 36. We're in the high range. So 36 to 28. 27 to 14. And 13 to 1. I just need to re-put in the power source. Oh, personality is nurturing. And power source. I will remember what I got once I see it. Cosmos. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about this, I'll be honest. I'm never really happy with some of these. There's a lot of using the D12 dice, which I don't normally like to do. I don't mind doing it once or twice, but like, there's a lot of powers that get D12s. But that's also the nature of a modular hero, because you also get boosts on that. So last week we did 2 characters. I'm just going to check the footage. Yep, that's looking not perfect, but yeah. So okay. So last week we did 2 characters, so let's do 2 characters this week. And I already decided who we're going to do. Because if we're doing Susan Storm, there's the one option for a villain. Dr. Victor, Dr. Doom. Otherwise known as Victor Von Doom. So it's going to have the same approach, I think, as last week, which does sound a little off, but bear with me here. It's going to go a very different route once we get past the no, different approach. Frightful. So base health is 25. Let's put it in for now. So we get 4 powers and 5 quality. So powers at D10. Oops. You know, at some point I will get on with this. So 10, 10, 10, 8. So let's give him the lightning calculator. So at D10. Cosmic at D10. Presence at D10. No, presence at D8. And robotics at D10. Okay, qualities he gets 5. I think he gets 10, 10, 8, 8, 8. Let's go back and check. Ten, 10, 10, 8, 8. Oh. I'm a Muppet, I'm a Muppet, I'm a Muppet. Okay, back to the bullpen. No, creating tailors. Science at D10. Magical lore at D10. Conviction at D8. And imposing at D8. And Emperor of Latveria. And then he gets some powers. A lot of abilities. He gets 2. Okay. And then we move on to our we're going to take Overlord. So this is going to determine his status die based on the number of minions he has in the scene. Obviously, the majority of the time his minions would be Doombots. But depending on the campaign, you could run it as Latvian soldiers, or even other villain minions he's recruited to work for him. Maybe even Bob. But yeah. Okay, if we're running Doombots, then obviously we do this. Get 3 abilities from this. We'll obviously give him the ability to create more robots. So the reason I haven't gone for the boosting abilities is because if we are basing this on Doombots, he doesn't care about the Doombots. Oh, improve life area should be D8. Oh yeah, what does he get for HP? I forgot about that. 15, so he's on 40 HP. It's not a bad number, it's not a bad amount of HP. Obviously he gets +5 for every hero in the scene as well, so now the obvious way to do this would be to give him mixed squad or hardier minions. But this is Dr. Doom. He doesn't do things by halves. And frankly, power dampening field? feels a lot better. So have a let me look this up. Because I don't want to go with something that's never actually happened. So he has done it before, but it doesn't, but never. Okay. I don't like it, but I am going to go with the Mook Squad. It also doesn't give him any extra bonuses. So now his mastery. Don't have any powers at D12. Master of Mysticism actually fits quite well for him. Well, Master Behind the Curtain. No. We'll go Master of Mysticism. And that is Doctor Doom. As last week, I will be uploading these and putting a link to them in the description. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next week. If you have any ideas for any characters that I could do for next week, you can feel free to do so. Put them into the comments.